It's 2025 and I've decided that there are 5 things I am not going to buy this year. Yeah, you heard it right. And not because they're bad or anything like this, but simply because I decided that they are not essential to my crochet business and my crochet life in general. So stick around and let's see if any of those things that I'm mentioning today are in your no-buy list for this year as well. If you're new here in the channel, I am Bianca from Crocheniacs, and if you want to learn how to crochet amigurumi from scratch, or if just like me, you love everything amigurumi related, then this is the right channel for you. And the first thing I am not going to buy in 2025 is different stitch markers. You all know how much I love stitch markers. I cannot live without them. Some people prefer to use yarn scraps to mark the beginning or the end of the round when they're crocheting amigurumi, but in my case, I love using stitch markers. But the thing is, I have tried different stitch markers that are available in the market, different shapes, and the more I try different stitch marker shapes, the more I get to the conclusion that what I really like is the basic ones, the basic shapes. Amigurumi have become so popular in this past few years, and it is something good because there are more accessories available in the market, which I think indeed it's great. But I have tried different shapes of stitch markers and I simply don't like them. There is a spiral, and I don't even have it here with me. I don't remember, to be honest, if I threw them away or if I left them in Brazil, but I will put a picture here, or here, I don't know. But I'll put a picture of those stitch markers somewhere here in this video so you know what I'm talking about. But I think these stitch markers are awful. They skip very easily when you're crocheting. I don't like them, and they are usually a bit thicker, so when you try to mark the stitch that you're in, they open the stitches, which is something that we amigurumi crocheters hate. So I really don't recommend buying those kind of stitch markers. Another type of stitch marker that I have, like a couple here with me, and I also don't like, is this one. I really hope my camera focus. I hope you could see these. They are really thin, which is good in terms of not opening the stitches when we are crocheting, but they are too pointy and, well, I'm very clumsy. Whenever I'm using this kind of stitch marker, I punch myself and I start bleeding, so I don't like using this kind of stitch markers too. I stick to the basic ones, the most traditional stitch markers, which are the ones that I use like every day. And I always mention here in the channel that these are by far my favorite. I'm not being sponsored or anything like this, but I love this box. It's from Glover. This box comes with 4 different sizes of stitch markers, and they're really good because the small ones I use when I'm crocheting small amigurumi, and it also comes with big sizes that are perfect for crocheting plushy amigurumi or amigurumi pillows, which is something that I am super enjoying crocheting right now. So I think the simple ones are everything that I need, and I don't intend to buy more or even try different shapes this year. And the second thing I am not going to buy in 2025, a new set of crochet hooks. Raise your hand if you have ever fallen for those, oh my god, look at this new set of crochet hooks, they are so beautiful, shiny and colorful. Yeah, we have all been there. And again, the honest truth behind the reason why I'm not going to purchase a new set of crochet hooks is because I already have my favorite ones. I've been crocheting amigurumi for 10 years already. I have tried different brands, I have tried different sets of crochet hooks, and I already know what works for me, the ones that the ergonomics are better for my hands. So I am definitely not purchasing a new set of crochet hooks because I have the ones that I love the most, and well, it will be just a waste of money. Of course, there are amazing brands out there and different crochet hooks that I have never tried before, but I am trying to keep things a bit more minimalist this year. So for that reason, I am still going to work with my so loved tulip crochet hooks. You know that these are my favorite ones. And well, we mostly use like 2 or 3 different crochet hook sizes. We don't even use the whole set. So I am not against purchasing new crochet hooks, but if I do so, I will probably only buy like 1 or 2, not the whole set. For example, to crochet my amigurumi, my cotton amigurumi, I usually use a 2 or 2.2 millimeter crochet hook size. So if I need another crochet hook, I'll probably buy just one and not a whole crochet hook set, because I usually don't use like half of it, half of what comes in the pack. The third thing I am not going to buy in 2025, yarn holder. And before someone gets mad with me, again, I said this in the beginning of the video and I'll keep saying it. It's not that these things are bad. All the accessories that I'm mentioning here, and I'm looking down because they're all here in my floor. And I don't mean that these accessories are bad. It's simply I don't think that I need them that much, and they're not so essential to my crochet happiness. And that's why I am not going to purchase more this year. And well, at least it's not in my plans. But yarn holders, they're cute, and they are indeed super useful for people who are still working on how to improve their crochet tension. I talk a lot about yarn holders in so many videos here in the channel, and actually I purchased this one in Flying Tiger. Flying Tiger is a very famous store in Europe. They are from Denmark. Flying Tiger, yeah. It's Flying Tiger Copenhagen, so of course. But anyways, I bought this yarn bowl there. It was like 5 or 6 euros. It was not expensive. And I bought this because I wanted to try to see if it's good to improve crochet tension and etc. And it's indeed very good. But I didn't use it. I used it to test, to give you my feedback on the product. And that's it. I never use that again. Now it's like stored in my closet, and I even forgot that I had this. So when I was like creating the script for this video, what are the things that I am not going to buy in 2025? I looked at all my accessories. I looked everywhere here in my bedroom, and this was one accessory that I purchased, and well, I don't use. And that's why I'm not going to purchase more. I have seen amazing yarn holders that are ones that are so cute and you wish you have like a collection. But if I do, it's simply because they're beautiful, not because they were useful for me. Well, the fourth thing that I'm not going to buy in 2025, well, some people might get upset when I say it, but that's okay. That's, again, my personal opinion. Crochet tension ring. Well, again, I only bought this crochet tension rings because I wanted to test. I saw so many videos. I don't use TikTok, to be honest, but I know that it became popular out there. So many people were trying this crochet tension rings, and I saw some people here on YouTube talking about them. There are new companies that make this kind of crochet tension ring, and I was like, okay, let me try it. But I didn't like it. It didn't work for me. And actually my stitches became even a bit loose when I was using them. Maybe because I'm already a bit more experienced and I have my own way of like holding the yarn in my hands and things like that. But I didn't like it. My husband also tried it because he crochets, but he is less experienced than me, and he has a very, very unique way to keep the tension in the yarn when he's crocheting. It's something that he developed. We have never seen anyone doing it before. And once I talked to a friend, she has a yarn store in Portugal, and when we showed her the way that my husband keeps the yarn tension, she was like, oh my god, this idea is brilliant. Whenever I teach kids, I will tell them that this is a very good way now, because usually kids, when they're learning, it's a little bit more difficult to keep the tension in the yarn. That's when people usually like this kind of crochet ring, but I didn't like them, and they're cute. This one is like a cat. Let me see if you can see them. I hope you can see it. They are cute, but they didn't work for me. And I was so determined to find an accessory to help with crochet tension that I even bought this thing here. It's also kind of a ring. It's made of plastic. The other one is metal, but this one is kind of a plastic. The way that it works, it's a bit different from the other ring. The other one became a bit more popular, but I also didn't like it. It's not useful, at least not for me. I didn't manage to work with it, and for that reason, I don't want to try new crochet rings. Well, at least I'm not willing to buy those things anymore. If someone wants to sponsor my video, or I don't know, send me one of those things to try and give my feedback, which will be an honest feedback for sure. But I, Bianca, I am not going to buy crochet rings anymore. And let me see if you can see this one a little bit more. You see, it's like a ring. Yeah. I also didn't like it. Well, if you're enjoying this video, if you're having fun with this content that I bring here, remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new tutorial tips, tricks, do's and don'ts video that I create here for the channel. And now let's get back to the fifth and last thing that I'm not purchasing in 2025, which is the stitch counter. They are cute? Yeah. Necessary? Not really. And let's be honest here. Most of the time we simply shout out the number that we are crocheting so we don't get lost. Or when I am crocheting another person's pattern, I simply write down the position that I stopped in the pattern. We usually have the crochet pattern in our phones or in our computers where we save the PDF, for example. So I simply write down in my phone where I am in the pattern or in a piece of paper. But these kind of things, they were not useful. I also purchased this because I wanted to try. I needed to try. I love crocheting. Of course, it's not a hobby for me. This is my job. So I felt like I needed to try this accessory. I was like, I need to try it and I need to give people my honest opinion about it. But really, I didn't like this thing. It was not useful, and come on. And it's so big to have this thing in your hand when you're crocheting that, I don't know, it even bothers me. And I don't like it. I didn't like it. And now it's simply an accessory that I will use to give people my opinion and to tell them that this was not good, at least not good for me. Maybe it's good for other people, but well, this video is about accessories that are not essential to my crochet happiness, and this is one of them. And there you have it. 5 things I am not going to purchase in 2025. But now I want to hear from you. Are any of those things that I mentioned today in your no-buy list for this year as well? Or is there another accessory that you are not going to buy this year? I would love to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments because I'm really looking forward to hear your comments. And now I'll let you this video here because I'm sure you're going to like it too.